There's a method Japanese diesel car owners use to unclog their DPF filters without removing anything, without special tools, and without spending thousands at the dealer. I'm talking about a precise, methodical approach that can restore a partially clogged DPF to near normal function using nothing more than your accelerator pedal, a highway, and the right technique. Here's what makes me shake my head. When a DPF warning light appears, most diesel owners immediately panic and drive straight to the dealer. The dealer runs a diagnostic, shakes their head, and quotes $1,500 to $4,000 for DPF replacement or professional cleaning. But in Japan, where diesel cars are extremely popular and DPF systems have been mandatory for years, owners have developed specific techniques to restore DPF function before it reaches the point of expensive intervention. These aren't shortcuts or temporary fixes. They're precise procedures based on understanding exactly how DPF regeneration works and optimizing the conditions to make it happen effectively. Make sure to watch till the end, because I'll reveal the exact speed, RPM range, and duration that gives you the highest chance of successfully unclogging your DPF, and the one mistake that causes most people to fail even when they try this technique. Let me be clear from the start. These techniques work for early to moderate DPF clogging. If your DPF is completely packed solid, if your car won't start, or if you've ignored warnings for months, you'll likely need professional intervention. But if you're experiencing early warnings, reduced power, or more frequent regeneration attempts, these methods can often restore your DPF completely. So what is this Japanese approach that's so different from what most people try? It's called the precision regeneration method, and it's based on creating and maintaining the exact conditions your DPF needs for maximum soot burn-off. Most diesel owners who try to fix DPF problems themselves just drive on the highway for a while and hope it works. Sometimes it does, often it doesn't. The Japanese method is far more precise about speed, RPM, gear selection, duration, and even ambient conditions. Here's the complete procedure, step by step. Step 1. Check your starting conditions. Before attempting this procedure, verify that your car is mechanically sound. Your engine oil should be clean and at the correct level. Your coolant should be topped up. Your fuel tank should be at least half full, preferably 3/4. Check that your engine doesn't have any serious fault codes beyond DPF-related warnings. If you have multiple engine problems, fix those first before attempting DPF regeneration. Ideally, choose a day when outside temperature is above 10 degrees Celsius. Cold weather makes regeneration more difficult because your exhaust system loses heat faster. Step 2. Prepare with a fuel additive designed for DPF cleaning. This is where the Japanese method differs significantly. Before attempting regeneration, add a quality DPF cleaning fuel additive to your tank. Look for products specifically designed to aid DPF regeneration, not just general diesel additives. These additives work by lowering the temperature required for soot combustion and helping break down stubborn deposits. Popular options include Win's DPF Cleaner, Liqui Moly Proline DPF Cleaner, or similar professional-grade products. Add the additive when your tank is about half full, then top up completely with fresh, quality diesel fuel. This ensures thorough mixing. Let the car sit for 30 minutes if possible to allow the additive to fully disperse through the fuel system. Step 3. The warm-up phase. Don't jump straight onto the highway. Start your car and let it idle for 2 to 3 minutes until the engine reaches normal operating temperature on the coolant gauge. Then drive normally for 5 to 10 minutes on local roads, gradually building speed and load. This warm-up is critical. You want your engine oil, coolant, and exhaust system all at proper operating temperature before you begin the main regeneration drive. Cold engines can't generate the exhaust temperatures needed for effective DPF regeneration. Step 4. The precision highway run. This is where the Japanese method becomes very specific. Find a highway or motorway where you can maintain steady speed safely for at least 30 to 45 minutes without interruption. Here are the exact parameters. Maintain a speed between 100 and 110 kilometers per hour in a gear that keeps your engine RPM between 2,000 and 2,500. For most diesel cars, this means 4th or 5th gear, not 6th. The key is steady-state operation, not accelerating, not decelerating, not constantly varying speed. Set your cruise control if you have it. Maintain absolutely constant speed and RPM for the entire duration. Why this specific range? End. Below 2,000 revolutions per minute, exhaust temperatures aren't high enough for efficient regeneration. Above 2,500 revolutions per minute, you're using more fuel than necessary without significant benefit. This 2,000 to 2,500 revolutions per minute sweet spot generates exhaust temperatures between 550 and 650 degrees Celsius, which is optimal for DPF regeneration. Step 5. Monitor for signs of active regeneration. After 10 to 15 minutes of steady highway driving, you should start noticing signs that regeneration is occurring. Your cooling fans might run more aggressively. You might notice a slight drop in fuel economy on your instant consumption display. Some cars show a DPF regeneration indicator light. You might detect a faint burning smell from the exhaust, which is normal during regeneration as soot burns off. Your engine idle might be slightly elevated when you eventually slow down. These signs tell you the regeneration process has started. This is critical because now you need to maintain these exact conditions without interruption. Step 6. The critical duration. Here's where most people fail. They drive for 15 or 20 minutes, think they've done enough, and exit the highway. This is a mistake. Effective DPF regeneration requires sustained high temperature for an extended period. The Japanese method calls for a minimum of 30 minutes of steady highway driving once regeneration begins, and preferably 45 minutes for moderately clogged DPFs. Plan your route accordingly. You need a highway route that allows at least 45 minutes of uninterrupted driving at steady speed. Factor in traffic conditions. Choose off-peak times if possible. If you must slow down or stop during this period, you've interrupted the regeneration and need to start timing again once you resume steady highway speed. Step 7. The cool-down procedure. After completing your 4-5-minute regeneration drive, don't immediately shut off your engine. Continue driving normally on local roads for another 5 to 10 minutes, allowing engine and exhaust temperatures to gradually decrease. Then, let your car idle for 1 to 2 minutes before shutting down. This ensures proper cool down of the turbocharger and exhaust system after the high-temperature regeneration cycle. Step 8. Verification and repetition if necessary. After completing this procedure, drive normally for the next day or two and monitor your car's behavior. If regeneration was successful, you should notice improved performance, restored power, smoother engine operation, and no more DPF warning lights. If warnings persist or symptoms remain, you may need to repeat the procedure. For moderately clogged DPFs, it sometimes takes 2 or 3 precision regeneration cycles over several days to fully restore function. However, if you've attempted this procedure correctly twice with no improvement, your DPF likely requires professional cleaning or replacement. At that point, the clogging is too severe for passive regeneration to resolve. But here's the most important takeaway. This technique works best as preventive maintenance, not emergency repair. Don't wait until your DPF is critically clogged and your car is in limp mode. At the first sign of DPF warnings, more frequent regeneration attempts, or slight power loss, perform this precision regeneration procedure immediately. Caught early, most DPF issues can be resolved with 1 or 2 proper regeneration cycles. Left until critical, even this technique might not save you from expensive professional intervention. Make this part of your regular diesel car maintenance. Once every 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers, or whenever you notice any DPF-related symptoms, dedicate an hour to a proper precision regeneration drive using this Japanese method. Your DPF will stay cleaner, your car will run better, and you'll avoid the expensive failures that plague diesel owners who only react after problems become severe. What's your experience with DPF problems? Have you successfully cleared a clogged DPF yourself, or learned these lessons the hard way? Share your story in the comments. If learning this Japanese precision method could save you thousands in DPF repairs, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical diesel car knowledge that actually works. Thanks for watching.